So, is Trump bullying other countries with tariffs working? So far, looks like yes, particularly in Central and South America. So right now, we just started a tariff war. That we have this trade war going on with Canada and Mexico, a bit with China. And Mexico has just agreed to a pause on the tariffs for putting 10,000 of their own troops at the border. So for many people, particularly in Trump world, this appears to be a win. It seems as if you can threaten them economically and then kind of get what you want. There are, of course, a couple of things to make note about this that make it a little bit less shiny, I suppose. One of which is that it's not great for the stock markets, for our markets in general. We've seen a fairly significant downturn as a result of the tariffs. And for some of you, you probably think, well, but this is good. There's good news coming out, right? Mexico is capitulating, right? We bullied them into doing what we want. But the problem is the markets don't like volatility. They don't like it when things are unclear. So when it's kind of going back and forth, even for the moment, if it's kind of going where you seem like it wants it to go, the market kind of goes, yeah, but is it going to swing back, right? Is there going to be another change? So Trump's tendency to kind of be very volatile is something that at the end of the day, pushes the markets down a little bit. It makes them feel less secure. Now, for those of you who aren't really concerned about that, for me, the bigger concern here really is more a matter of two other things. One is the fact that in a lot of ways, this immigration crisis is something of our own kind of imagination and making up. That isn't to say that we don't have genuine concerns with immigration, particularly with a very large backlog of refugees that aren't getting processed and we're not addressing. And of course, things like fentanyl are a huge worry. But this idea that there's just like, these hordes of horrible immigrants, gangs, and rapists all pouring over fences to kill us all isn't true. There just isn't any evidence to support it. So Trump kind of solving this crisis by having Mexico put out 10,000 troops on the border really isn't going to make any significant change. But he can say, look, there's fewer refugees coming over, but nothing's really shifted because there really weren't these hordes of them coming over in the first place. But the other thing is we have to just kind of be honest with ourselves. Like sometimes bullies get our lunch money, right? The idea that like eventually the United States will learn its lesson that you can't bully your friends. Well, we may not learn a lesson. The simple fact of the matter is sometimes bullies get what they want and go through life happily taking everything from everybody else. The concern is that really who you want to be? At the end of the day, the bully gets your lunch money. The worry is by the time you're middle-aged talking about how great high school was, does anyone still want to be your friend?